Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be installing rear wheel disc brakes on the 69 El Camino, and we got the rear wheel disc brake kit from Reassembling Detailing, and I'm going to show you step by step on how I went and installed this kit on this car. Now the kit we're using is this kit for AFX and bodies. Now after the vehicle's been jacked up and safely secured where it won't fall, we're going to take the wheels off. Is to remove our C-clips from this axle. So what I'm going to do is back here in the differential, we are going to remove this bolt. This pin will drop. When that pin drops, it'll allow us access to slide the axle to where we can pull the C-clips. I'll spin it right there. Use a little ratchet, break it loose. Now with just enough room to clear that bolt, we can slide this shaft. And now we'll be able to get to our C-clips. What we'll do, push in the axle. Alright, there we go. I had to move around a little bit in order to get some light on there so you can see this. Now this is where lift comes in handy. If you're like me right now, I'm crawling around on my belly and my back on the floor. But once you get that tube pushed in, you can reach up in here, grab your C-clip. You can see a little groove right there on the end of the axle tube. And now our tube slides out. Same thing on the other side. We're going to reach over, push it in. Reach in, grab the C-clip, pull it on out. Now we're just going to remove these 4 bolts that's holding this assembly on. And you put your 9/16 on the back side. Now, apparently this is optional, but we're going to go ahead and put our dust shield on. We've painted this one. Now, our bracket mounts just like that, and this machine surface goes up outwards, just like this. And we use the 1/4" spacer right now, just like that, to put it on. And all we're going to do is have 3 bolts hold it together. It's 3 bolts on each side from the kit. This is the passenger side. You can see it's in the 10 o'clock position. And from here, we are going to, of course, slide our axles in, because now it's time to put our C-clips back in. If you guys can see this, I hope you can. With our axle tube pushed all the way in, you should be able to see this groove, and we're going to put our C-clip right back on it. And then once we got it on there, we're going to push it back out and lock it in place. Now you can see it's pushed back in. Now we'll do the same thing with the other ones. We're going to push our axle tube all the way in. Now you see that groove right there at the end of the spider gears. That's where we're going to slide our C-clip on. Sorry for the board lighting. It's time for a new camera, new lighting. Now it's in place, and I'm going to push it out right there, lock it in place, slide this shaft, make sure that the little pinhole for your bolt to go through is down there where you can bolt it back in. Slide it back up in there. And the trick is to make sure you get it lined up with the bolt. So try to push it up in there. Get it right about there where you can see that pinhole. And slide it right there. And then you should be able to push the bolt back through the hole by hand. And sorry I'm not getting this, I'm doing this one-handed. Hold the camera in one hand. And there we go. Now we got it started. We're going to put that back together. Now we're just going to tighten that back up, that bolt. Now, we're lucky we can actually spin this enough to get the small ratchet on there and tighten it down. Just make sure you get it good and tight. One thing I need to tell you guys before you get too far with this is that if you have staggered shocks on your vehicle, your opening for your dust shield and your caliper is actually going to be towards the front with this kit. Now in ours we have a stock where both shocks are behind the axle, so both of our calipers is going to be towards the back side of the vehicle. Now another thing is the rotors from this kit, you want to test fit right here first, because this hole may not be machined the correct size for hub, because some of these are a little bit different sizes. So check on that before you get too far in your project. When we're here on the tab, this ear goes on the outside of the tab, mounting bracket. That's how it's supposed to go. But we're having trouble getting this on, it's too tight. Which unfortunately means we're going to take this back off, take the rotor off, and hopefully just by taking the rotor off we can get to the bolts that's holding the 1/4 inch spacer that is put on there, so we can put a shorter spacer and bring this mounting flange closer so we can get more tolerance. And that's why this kit comes with several different spacers, several different sizes, so you can get the right one. Now the instructions state that we're supposed to start with the 1/4 inch and work our way down until we have room for the outside brake pad. Kind of sucks now that we have to take the mounting bracket back off. Hopefully we can do that without removing the C-clip again. Look, we can actually get socket wrench on this side. Problem is with trying to get it on this side is we're hitting the axle tube. We're going to take these 3 bolts back out, take the 1/4 inch spacer off, and go the next size down, which I believe was an 1/8 inch spacer, and hopefully that'll give us the tolerance we need to get our caliper with the brake pads on. Do that without pulling the C-clip and the axle again. So what I'm doing is changing out from this 1/4 inch to this 1/8 inch. Hopefully that gives me the tolerance I will need to put the caliper back on. If not, we'll repeat the process and drop it down another shim size. Down to an 1/8 inch spacer, worked on this side, and we got the clearance and everything we need. course, these rotors need to be pressed on a little bit more. That's because from the manufacturer they actually say that you may have to take a die grinder or a file to the inside of the rotor and actually make them fit over your little hub here. Now the next thing, when you install the caliper, it's just like basically a front disc caliper. You stick it on. Your caliper ears are actually going to be on the other side here, and then it's just your two typical caliper bolts holding in place. Now your emergency cable, brake cable, goes on top here, and your bleeder has to point toward the front of the vehicle. Now that's what's the Right Stuff detailing kit. And that's basically what you have. What I'm going to do is install the emergency or the parking brake. Still got to remove the old one. No big deal. It's pretty simple. And we got to hook up our line, which this kit almost looks like what you'd have on your front brakes. Now we just got to find a place to install it, and that's just going to be kind of one of those custom things. Put it where you want, out of the way of everything, where it's not going to get damaged or pinched. Rear wheel disc brakes are installed. Now I hope this video helped you guys out. Now I'm sorry for the lack of quality in most of the video. My main camera actually died on me. So hopefully I can get a new camera and get some new videos for you guys sometime. Anyways, thanks for watching, and keep a watch out for more content.